Welcome everyone to another episode of News in 2 Minutes, bringing you the news that you need to know every day. Let's begin. Widespread cleanup and recovery efforts are continuing in the wake of one of the season's largest severe storm systems, following the landfall of a super typhoon which at its peak carried winds of over 150 miles per hour, making it the equivalent of a Category 4 hurricane, where it is thought to have killed over 65 people in numerous landslides, tornadoes, and regional flash floods. Experts are warning that affected residents should remain sheltered in secure environments following the storm, where they stressed the need for water disinfection in combination with emergency first aid measures for all those recovering from the system. Authorities are warning of the possibility of mandatory evacuations in Washington, as strong winds are expected to continue pushing flames toward populated areas of the state. As the world continues to face the seemingly interminable release of radiation from the ongoing meltdown and uncontrolled reaction taking place at the Fukushima nuclear power plant in Japan, the concern of a limited nuclear release due to war-related military action, and the growing threat of a nuclear exchange between weapons-capable nations, researchers with the group Physicians for Civil Defense have released a campaign that is aimed at educating citizens around the world on the expectations surrounding a nuclear event and the steps that individuals can take to mitigate the damages. As the frequency and volatility of volcanic activity continues a noticeable increase in recent years, officials around the world are preparing for the eventuality of a large eruption that may affect a number of regions within the volcano's reach, and leading researchers to pursue both catalyst and reactionary events that are linked to large volcanic eruptions. In pursuit of widespread survival during a volcanic event, researchers from multiple nations have published their findings showing that secondary events that follow an eruption pose a growing threat to nearby regions, leading authorities to warn that citizens that live near active volcanoes and along active fault lines should continue their preparations for survival and emergency recovery during a crisis. And to wrap things up, discontent and reports of unrest are growing in Pakistan following a continuation of Western-led unmanned missile attacks against suspected but not criminally charged militants. Sectarian divisions between Muslims and Christians is reaching a pivotal point in Iraq as officials warn of continued religious violence, and a 6.0 along the Owen Fracture Zone followed by a 6.0 in Tonga completes today's Quake Watch. And that's it for this episode of News in 2 Minutes. Research links are available at fullspectrumsurvival.com, and check back tomorrow for more news that the aware need the most. This week's News in 2 Minutes is brought to you by shtfplan.com, where even the officials go for news, and sqmetals.com for all your precious metal needs.